The training consists of around about 100 miles a week running, doing a combination of fell running, track, road and on the treadmill. On top of that I do 4 or 5 hours a week in the gym, doing resistance work, using kettlebells, free weights and so on, and then I do a spinning class once a week usually as well. I think my training, if you look at most people in the gym, would be fairly unique when it comes to the resistance work with free weights and so on. I tend to use the kettlebells a lot, a TRX suspension cable which I take out on the runs and which I can hang from a tree and do resistance work through using my body weight. I use a lot of stuff we used to do beasting sessions in the army, jerry cans full of water, carrying those in each hand, running long distances. I mean, I spent 10 years in the armed forces. I was a Royal Green Jackets and physical training instructor. And during that time, a lot of our training is obviously endurance based. A lot of the competitions you enter in the infantry against other infantry regiments are very much endurance based, carrying heavy loads over the Brecon Beacons, Exmoor, Dartmoor and so on. So I was always into that anyway. At a very young age I was always running long distance and I got into doing marathons. I got a good marathon time of about 2:25 when I was younger, but I saw that I would never actually run any faster much to the point of running an elite group because of my weight and height, and it was very much a different build to a traditional marathon runner. So I sort of stumbled into ultramarathon racing, which is what I've been doing ever since. I love fitness. I've been addicted to it for as long as I can remember, ever since I was a kid. If I'm not doing it, I'm reading about it, writing about it, even when I'm sleeping I'm probably dreaming about it. Having been ex-army myself and having been medically discharged after nearly being killed by an IRA car bomb, I turned my career as an athlete into raising money as well, and that is another motivation for me to push myself harder, because what I'm doing is raising a lot of money for charities like Help the Heroes, for example. I found it very tough in the first few years of coming out of the army, and by the end of the first year of being out of the army I was homeless on the streets of London. When I was on the streets for about 5 months, I wanted to do something that I could find as a challenge, adventurous, something that I could be proud of again, like I had in the army. And I turned to doing these endurance challenges and eventually becoming a full-time athlete. And it gave me that reason to carry on and do something I enjoyed. I've broken over 40 endurance records over the last 8 years, since 2002. First one, most memorable I suppose, would be running the London Marathon. Having spent 5 months on the streets, I got myself off the street, a month of training, and entered the London Marathon, and ran with a 55-pound pack on the back in 4 hours 52 minutes and 21 seconds. It broke the existing record by 12 minutes. And I thought, well, that was there. It was all unofficial because I hadn't contacted anyone. I just thought I'd give it a go. With no training, I thought if I could do that, what could I do with training? So that spurred me on to really sort of push myself and train every day and push myself harder and harder and just find the toughest challenges I could find.